All right, guys, only way to really test products out, see if you can count on them, is by doing real world testing. It's got the Nitecore NB10000 Gen 4, and we're gonna throw it right on into this water. Just gonna take it and just throw it right in. Hey guys, Rob here. Today's video, I wanna talk about Nitecore's brand new NB10000 Gen 4. So let's go. So first and foremost, I just wanna say that Nitecore did send me this here power bank. They didn't coach me or ask me to say anything. They sent it to me, asked me if I would review it. And so you guys are always gonna get my honest opinion on these things. This here power bank, this is the Nitecore NB10000 Gen 3. And they did not send me this. This was actually my first Nitecore power bank that I actually purchased with my own money, I think about 1.5 years ago. And I've been using it ever since. It's been great. So to find out that they actually came out with a Gen 4 version of this here power bank and offered for me to review it and share with you guys, I said absolutely. So here we are today. We're gonna review this thing. I've had it for a little bit now, and I wanted to get to know it before I actually spoke about it. And I wanted to learn the product. So today is a bit of a windy, rainy day. It's been raining all week here in Florida, and we're kind of approaching that rain season. And that brings me to my point of the Nitecore products. So I like the Nitecore products because they're waterproof, especially this here power bank. This thing you can submerge in water. It can get rained on. I mean, it does a lot. And since we're in the rain season, Florida rains like 80% of the year, I would say. You know, it's always wet. And you're either wet from the rain or you're wet from sweat. And those are one of the things that you got to consider. Now, I've had a few other power banks, two of them from the same company. I'm not going to name any names, but those got wet and they failed me. It's just one of those things to where you need to have a good backup supply. And I think that this is one of them. All right, so let's talk about a couple of specs here real quick. As far as the size goes, I'm gonna say it's about 5 inches by 1 3/4. I'll put the exact measurements on the screen here. And as far as the thickness goes, you guys can see right there, there's my pinky next to it. It's actually a little bit thinner than my pinky there, but if I had to guess, I'm gonna say it's about 1/2 inch maybe. It weighs, and this is going to be important too, especially if you're a backpacker or maybe you're into emergency preparedness and you want to keep gear lightweight. This right here only weighs 4.9 ounces. So that's under 5 ounces for a 10,000 milliamp hour power bank. This thing can fast charge up to 22.5 watts. And also too, what's unique about it is that it has, if we just tap it here to turn it on, there we go. The ports actually light up, so you can find this thing in the dark if you needed to. You can also turn it off like I just did there, and you can knock on it. And if you knock on it, it turns on, which is actually pretty cool. So you don't have to fiddle around with it if you're in your tent or just out at night and can't see. So it also has 2 modes. So it'll do fast charging, 22.5 watts. It can also do pass-through charging. So what that means is you can actually plug this thing into a wall outlet or another power source, and then you can plug a USB-C into the other port and charge whatever device you need. Let's say your phone, for example, you can charge your phone while this thing is charging as well. So that's really helpful if you're out and you're trying to cut back on time. So like I said, it has 2 modes. It has the fast charge mode, 22.5 watts, and then it also has another mode to where it's like an eco mode that you can program this to, where it won't charge your device as fast, but you'll get more battery capacity out of it. And in order to do that, you just turn it on here, just like that, and then hold over that touch sensitive power button, and this thing should change colors. So you see that it just went into eco mode there. So I like how it has that option to where you can decide how you want to charge your devices. And then just to go back, we're just going to hold it again until it transfers back to green. So really helpful, really nice. It does come with this here built-in lanyard slash USB-C charge cable. And this cable is not going to come out of this little clip here unless you push it this way. If you flick it up, then it wants to come out. And then the other side comes out too. But other than that, it snaps in really good, nice and solid click there. And I like how this is attached to it. That way you always have a way to charge your device. So this right here is rated at a IPX7, so it can be submerged into up to 1 meter of water or 3 feet of water for up to 30 minutes. And you should be good to go. So any kind of rain or if sweat got on this here, you're gonna be totally fine. And like I said, you know, I really have been enjoying the Nitecore products, especially the power banks here, because that's one of the fears, you know, that you have is, especially if you go on a long trip, is, are you gonna have enough battery? What happens if it gets wet? Now you're having to put everything in extra Ziploc bags and stuff like that. This here, you don't really have to put it in any Ziploc bags. You can keep it in your pocket. I usually just throw it in the top of my pack. That way I can just quickly grab it. I just stuff it right down into the front mesh pouch and I just leave it just the way it is. So I just finished a pretty decent backpacking trip. I did the Ocean to Lake Florida trail last month, and that was a 67-mile trip I did in 3 days, but I was actually originally planning on doing it in 5 days. And as far as my the ways I was going to charge my devices, my camera, my phone, my Garmin and stuff like that was going to be with the Nitecore stuff. So I bought Nitecore power banks with me on that trip, only because I've had really good experiences with their stuff. And I feel like I can absolutely trust their products on a solo trip like that. I had no issues using the power banks or anything, no problems at all. And you know, like I said, it's very small and compact. I mean, this thing is just, it's tiny. And if we put it up to my phone here, you guys can see the difference here. Look how small this thing is compared to my phone. And it's just really nice. It fits in your pocket really well. It's got a really slim, sleek design. Carbon fiber body, I forgot to mention that there. So really rugged, durable. You're not gonna have any issues dropping this thing at all. And it's a really lightweight power bank. I think that this right here would fit in, and I use it, I have a couple of Nitecore power banks, but I use them for my EDC and also my backpacking trips. If you're in the market for a good quality power bank, I would highly suggest that you look into the Nitecore products. They're lightweight, slim, you can dump them in water, they'll survive. I mean, I really don't know any other power banks out there that are this light and can take that kind of abuse. So I just want to say thank you, Nitecore, for reaching out and sending me this awesome power bank. I really have been enjoying using it the last like month or two that I've had it on my trips and stuff. And guys, I'm gonna leave a link to this thing in the video description box if you guys want. You make sure that you stick around to the end of the video because we're gonna do some water testing. Today's supposed to be super rainy, so I'm gonna leave this thing outside, let it get rained on. I'm gonna fully submerge this thing into water. And we're gonna test it. That way you guys can see what it's capable of, just in case anything happened. All right, guys, so we're gonna pretend like this is a water crossing that we have to cross, and we're gonna accidentally drop our charger from our backpack into the water here. And now we're gonna pick it up, shake it out, and check it here. And I don't know if you guys can see that there. So here we go, we're gonna turn it on. And I'm gonna turn it off just so that you guys can see it works. And now we're just gonna take it and just throw it right in. So here we go right here. Just gonna shake it out. It just turned on there for me shaking it. And I got my phone here. We're gonna plug my phone in. I don't know if you guys can see that down there. It's charging. So it works. Make sure y'all hit that like button because I just busted my A on that little boardwalk thing. It's slippery. Oh my gosh, that hurt. Hit that thumbs up. Now we gotta get it. Get it.